Good morning, everyone. I'm Irina Rotadu, and I'm from the Rewatch Secretariat. I'm here together with my colleagues Maria Laura Mitra and Evgenia Strati. And we are here for the last webinar dedicated to the transfer network call. We are waiting for a few more minutes for people to come in, and then we are going to start. So this webinar is going to be more informal. It's going to be organized like a discussion more, and we will we have prepared some information for you. Some let's say I will recall you something, the key features of the call, and then we will take we'll answer the frequently asked questions, and we'll take some questions if you already have some additional ones. So now it's 10. I don't know, maybe we are waiting a few more minutes or we can start. Anyway, this webinar is going to be recorded. So you're going to have the information. Okay, as we are having just 1 hour, I will start, because the first part of the webinar, it's plays the role of a reminder, and is telling about what already happened, already was communicated to you, is recalling the main features of the call, the eligibility conditions, and then the frequently asked questions. So as you already know, there were organized many webinars previously, so 3 more webinars. The recordings and the slides are available on the website, on our website. So if you haven't done already and you need some specific information, you can consult them. Now, if being the last webinar, we are going to take some more specific questions, if you have some. So here we are, less than a week before the submission of the applications for the transfer networks. I hope that most of you have already advanced, so they only have to fine-tune, you only have to fine-tune your application. So as I was saying, today we are going to discuss about the main features of the call. I will recall them briefly, then I will recall the eligibility requirements, the frequently asked questions, and afterwards I will invite you if you have some last-minute questions. I will recall you that for the ones who enter later, that I'm Irina Rotadu from the Rewatch Secretariat, and I'm here together with my colleagues Evgenia Strati and Maria Laura Mitra, who are going to help me with the questions. So they are going to answer you to the questions. So I'm inviting you to address your questions in the chat if you have some. Okay, so the main features of the call for transfer networks. I'm reminding you that you are supposed to prepare a partnership between 6 and 8 partners, including the good practice cities, so the lead partner. And the good practice were considered only the ones that have been selected in 2024. And the eligible partners are all cities from the European Union, Switzerland, Norway, the IPA countries, and the NDC countries, which are newer additions to the program. The duration of the project of the network should be of 30 months, starting with the 1st of November of this year and finishing on the 30th of April 2028. The maximum budget for each one of the networks is 750,000. And what is very important in order to ensure the success of your project. So first of all, you need to make sure that your project is eligible, so it's going to be evaluated. As I said, only the cities with good practice, an urban good practice that has been selected in 2024 are eligible to be lead partners. A city can be candidate lead partner of only one transfer network proposal, and additionally can be a project partner in another network. A beneficiary can be partner in maximum two approved networks, and a partnership cannot include more than one partner from the same country, and as well cannot include more than one non-city partner. You are having also the geographic and development balance that needs to be respected. And we are recommending, of course, to try to make a partnership as diverse as possible. So you are having here some references. I put also the links as the slides will be distributed on our website, so will be uploaded on our website immediately after this webinar, so you can check yourselves that you are from regarding the more and more developed and less developed and transition regions, that the conditions is that at least half of the partners should be located in less developed or transition EU regions. So you have the possibility to check the link there, and you also have the map with the regions that are eligible for funding from the ERDF and ESF plus, and of the member states that are eligible for funding from the cohesion fund in this funding period. Then the cities and municipalities and towns are defined by the national rules. You can also have local agencies that are defined as public or semi-public organizations set up by a city that are the city equivalent. There are infra-municipal tiers of government, such as city districts and borough, that are also considered as city equivalent, or metropolitan authorities and organized agglomeration, and non-cities that can be participants from universities and research centers, provincial regional authorities, or managing authorities. So here you have the complete list of different situations and eligible partners in the transfer networks. Then the application form needs to be submitted in Synergy, as you know. The deadline for the submission of application in Synergy is 30th of June, so next Monday. But please pay attention not to leave it for the last minute. It should be before the 3 p.m. Central European time. And don't leave the submission of the application for the last minute, and as there are a lot of the platform might be very busy at that moment, and you might have some problems with it. Application form and letter of committers need to use the official templates that you are having provided together with in the terms of reference, together with the instructions. So they need to provide the required information. The maximum budget is of 750,000 of the total budget, also including your contribution. And it's also a very important aspect, not only that the lead partners need to submit the application in Synergy, but you also need to send the application package to us in maximum 1 day. So before the 1st of July 3 p.m. Central European Time. And this application package includes the PDF of the application form that is generated through Synergy, and you are downloading it, and needs to be signed by the lead partner, project coordinator. Then we are needing the letter of commitment that need to be signed by all partners and by the lead partners. And they need to be, of course, in English, and all the application needs to be in English, in fact, and they need to be signed by an elected representative. And the third element is the CV of the lead partner, project coordinator, so the project coordinator of the network. Okay, so please respect the deadlines. It's something that is very important. Otherwise, your application will be rejected automatically if you are not respecting the deadlines. Then, regarding the frequently asked questions, I'm recalling you that the network activities are structured into 3 work packages. So the first one is network management, the second one is network level activities, and the third one local level activities. In the first work package, you don't have deliverables or outputs to indicate, and in the second and third one, please check the guide for applicants for seeing which are the compulsory outputs. And of course, you can add also some additional ones if there is the case. So the deliverables that you are having for the network level, so the compulsory one is the transferability study, the communication plan, the transnational network meetings that need to be at least 6, quarterly network journals that are 6 during the understand and adapt stage, the network articles that are going to be prepared by your lead expert and are at least 3, and final network report. At local level, each one of the partners needs to create an NERBAC local group and a transfer plan, a roadmap and report for the transfer partner, and is respectively an improvement plan for the lead partner, so good practice cities. The network budget, it's up to 7,050. Sorry. And depending on the region type, so if they are more developed or less developed, there are different percentages of ERDF that are being reimbursed. Besides this, you are going to benefit from expertise, so that is the expertise that is directly paid by the RBAC Secretariat, and there is up to 160 days of expertise that is divided between the lead and ad hoc experts. Then you are having the budget categories. This is extract from Synergy. You are going to see there are the staff cost, office and administration, travel and accommodation, external expertise and services, and respectively equipment. So in order to see how you are distributing the budget, you have all the information needed in the program manual or the details. Then the staff costs, for recalling you, are covering the staff directly appointed by the partner. It includes the salary payments and other costs that are directly linked to salary payments, and they are paid by the employer, such as the employment taxes and social security and pensions and so on. And office and administration are calculated automatically as a flat rate of 15% of the staff of the declared staff costs. So this office and administration, it's a flat rate, and it includes some different expenses that are supporting the delivery of the project activities. For example, stationery, post, phone, office rent, and so on. So, a certain percentage that is considered for the implementation of the project. So human resources. I'm recalling you that this is like an overall view, what is expected from the lead partner. It's expected to plan for 2 full-time equivalent posts. So a project coordinator that should be considered as full-time, finance officer and communication officer, and for the project partners it's expected to have like a full-time post equivalent, so including the tasks that are for the project coordinator coordinations, and also the financial tasks that are to be done. And of course, it's an important aspect to remind you that both lead partners and project partners also need to foresee a local urban local group coordinator. So it's a person we are recommending to be external, so that to have to be more neutral, and to have the task to moderate and coordinate the ULG. Also, among the budget categories is travel and accommodation. This is only the staff, the costs that are for staff employed in the partner organization to deliver the project. So they are also including daily allowances per diem that are based on national national and local legislation, usually also in coherence with the EU legislation. And for this, you are having 2 options. So you can choose to declare the real costs that are incurred, or you may choose to have this as a flat rate as well. Only that I would suggest you to consider exactly what you will need, because you are having a lot of travels to do. So see if 15% flat rate, that it's a simple option, can be a suitable option for you, or you need you prefer it's more suitable for you to declare the real costs. Then the external expertise, it's including external expertise for project coordination, for meeting organization, communication, also for travels, for experts and other non-staff. So, for example, for the members of the ULG, if you want to take them for a translational meeting, their expenses for the travel are going to be covered by the experts and other non-staff travel. And you may need to pay the first level controller, for example, if it's the partner it's not in a centralized FLC system, and if the FLC is an external person. And the equipment, this equipment can be purchased or rented or leased in few specific cases, and it needs to be used for the purposes of the project. Okay, the principles, of course, regarding the management of the costs. So, of course, only costs that are incurred during the project length are eligible. So, starting with the 1st of November of this year, no advance is possible. So, you need to have sufficient treasury for the first, and have in mind that the first reimbursement is not going to be before the summer of the next year. Cost, of course, must be done by the partner organizations. we are not planning for preparation. You are not eligible for preparation costs, and you may have, now you are preparing the budget, and you will have the possibility, if some adjustments are needed, you can do the different relocations of the budget up to 20%. If you need to do major readjustment of the budget, you will need to wait for the midterm of the project, where it's the midterm review, and it will be possible to do a reprogramming and to do some more significant budget shifts that are over 20%. So it's, of course, very important to ensure a sound financial management and cost efficiency, with a priority given to the solutions that are having a lower environmental cost, so that are environmentally friendly. And of course, all contracts need to comply with a basic principle of procurement rules, depending on the amount of the country. Okay, if you have some questions now, are some questions in the chat?
Okay, we are answering them.
So. Okay. So I recalled you what was important to have in mind. But of course, if there are some needs for completion, I can, or if some questions are maybe more complicated and some of you would like to ask directly or to clarify the question, we are available. Is there a question that seems more relevant, maybe to answer directly, or all of them are okay? So my colleagues are saying that all the questions are answered. In this case, I don't know if you are. We are having available around 40 more minutes until 11. So if there are still questions coming in, we can answer them. If not, we can close here, and we stay, of course, available through emails, and you can contact us anytime. And you are going to find the recording of this last session online, and also the slides that we are going to upload on our website.
So we do have questions on the budget part on synergy.
Okay. So I'm muting myself, and you are talking directly. Okay.
Yeah, so we have a question from Magali in part 8.3. Is the part input budget must be completed? And I'm not sure that I understood the question, Magali, so I'm asking you if you could please rephrase it. Then we have in the synergy application form, section 8.5, you can click on the different budget lines, which brings you to a screen where you can enter the cost by unit. It is mandatory, and we'll come back to this in a second. And then we have a question from Marieke, a question about the 40% maximum for management, how to relate that with the estimated full-time employment staff for staff. So maybe, Irina, I will ask you to answer this question about the 40% management. And in the meantime, Sana, I'm coming back to you on the question of the budget line for synergy.
Okay, so regarding the 40% project management expenditure, it's calculated on the staff costs plus the external expertise costs that are they are dedicated to project management. For example, if there is externalized project management parts that are included as an external expertise, you have to consider this as well in this category. That should not be over 40% of the total budget, and this is calculated at the level of the network. I hope I answered your question. And this is also detailed in the program manual, that it's explained that you need to consider the staff costs plus the project management cost, including in the external expertise. Okay.
And then just as a reminder for everyone that we do have a synergy guidance. So basically a guide with step-by-step screenshots to guide you through the application form. So if at any point you have, doubts or questions on how to navigate the software part of the synergy application, you can refer to the guidance. I'm going to post the link in the chat.
Sorry, I have a just quick question. My name is Branka.
Okay, there is another comment referring to staff costs. Well, what is important to have in mind is that this program, it's not necessarily meant to pay for staff costs, but it's also bringing some added value in through the capacity building and the training of people. So this is a real opportunity from this point of view. And most of the budget needs to be dedicated to the effective implementation of the program, of the activities, to the exchanges. So that's why a lot of budget should be also planned for. We want to make sure through this rule that there is budget left for traveling, for example, for the network meetings, for the testing actions, and so on, for the effective project implementation. And of course, staff costs are important, but the idea is that the persons who are involved in this project are going to be trained, and they are having the opportunity to learn a lot. So this is how this program is functioning.
Sorry, I have one quick question. Is that okay?
Okay. Question regarding the points that there are some chapters that once fill in, they are still red and can pass in green. Maybe Maria Laura, you know you want to answer to it?
Yeah, again, just as a reminder that when you start filling out the application form, the first thing that you should do on Synergy is go on the section called Enter Main Elements, and you should fill out that one first, because that will automatically update some of the following sections. So for example, for section 4, activities and expected outputs, and section 5, these informations are already taken from the main elements that you had already entered. So maybe Magali, check if you had done the main elements first before then filling out the vertical part of the application, let's say. And if you still encounter this issue, feel free to reach out to us via the email about it.
Okay, do you have some other questions? Would somebody like to speak, to address a question?
Someone. Branka is muted.
I don't know if Branka Subotic, do you want to say something?
Yes,
saw you.
yes, I try to say yes, please.
Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Branka. I'm one of the partners on the project. I just never been part of the ORBAC, and I want to understand this part of
Not hear
HR.
you. Can you speak louder or put your sound louder, please?
Can you hear me now?
No, I cannot.
Can you hear me?
It's
Can you hear me now? I cannot hear you, but okay. Regarding this HR, I just want to understand because I've never been part of a ORBAC. I'm coming from Montenegro. I mean from Colashin, and I just want to understand this full-time project partner, project manager, because this, if the salary is 1,000 euro, do I need to put 30,000 just for the project manager on the budget? Or I can probably put certain percentage because that's a big part of my budget. I cannot hear you.
in fact, we are aware of the fact that the cost might be higher than what it's, and the work needed might be more important than what is going to be covered through the project. So you can declare only part of the salary of the respective person, or you can declare less. It's not you don't have the obligation to include all the salary of the entire salary of the respective person. And also maybe the respective person, as we are saying, it's the equivalent. So there might be more person who are contributing to the project, and they are part of their salaries are taken into consideration, but not the entire salary of one person, for example.
Can you hear me?
Yes?
Okay, but on other projects, for example, IPA or other projects, we do need to submit our pay form, like how much is the salary per month. Do we need to submit it for ORBACT as well, or we just put it at any amount we want?
Now, it's not that you can put any amount you want. The idea is that you can have the pay sheets that you are having monthly. So depending on it, so this can be variable. So if you are having a person that is working a variable number of hours each month, or you may have a person that is having like an official delegation from the superior that it's and you are submitting this this paper that it's that part of his or her salary, part of his or her workload is dedicated to the project. So a certain percentage that is dedicated to the project, and you are having this attestation, this mandate of the respective person that it's being submitted. So you don't have to submit each time the account of the number of hours that are being paid, but only record that a certain percentage of, let's say 30% or 40, or I don't know how much of the workload of the respective person is dedicated to the project.
Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, my colleague is saying me that we are also having a question about equipment in the chat, And it's important, it has been answered, but it's important to recall that in the case of Urbact, is not a program that is funding, financing large infrastructure projects. So the equipment it can be for the small scale action, for example, but it's going to be something that it's usually temporary, or of course for the use of the project. It can be, for example, if it can rest in place after the end of the project, but the idea is that it's going to, if it's the case, it remains in the property of the project partner. So it's and it's used mostly for the project purpose. For example, if you are doing, let's say, I'll give the example of a public space design that you are testing different configurations, and you need some temporary street furniture to put, or some barriers in order to stop the traffic and things like this that are equipment and are being used for a temporary action. Or you are needing some material, for example, to organize some activities with kids. You want to, I don't know, organize the with them like a kind of workshop, and you are needing some materials, some to for them to draw or for design something, for example. And also you may have some equipment that is related to the project management. For example, if you are needing some, I don't know if you are needed some um, computers or some, I don't know, some other devices for testing, some for the project management, for example, or for the testing activities. Okay, I'm seeing that there are no other questions. So thank you for your attendance. I'm recalling you not to leave everything for the last minute. So please submit your application timely. Don't forget to prepare the evidence package to submit in maximum 1 day. And I'm wishing you a lot of good luck with your applications. And if you have some other questions, don't hesitate to come back to us, to write us by writing us through email to and at urbact.eu. So we are waiting for you, and we are hoping that everything is clear now. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.